Welcome to my channel and first update of the season, and that's probably because it's been so embarrassing. New job, hectic schedule, couldn't keep up with everything, replanted super late. These two are Calico. They look a little different from what I saw when I got the seeds. They took a lot of the white. They call this also purple tiger, right? The pods grow under, kind of canopy like, and what I seen is not as bushy, so whatever. I'll do a video soon tasting those. And I mean, I'm still replanting. I don't know why. I just replanted this, and I still got cups around. It's crazy, but whatever. Let's see. I might have to deal with the aphids and take some plants inside. This entire row was planted last, replanted outside last. Godstopper from Pepper Wolverine. Hey, there's a little, I've been waiting for this to put out. Kind of interesting name. So there's a little Godstopper right there. Bleeding Purple Tiger, Pink Tiger, Peach Boot. This is one of the smaller Berry Cream Bubblegum, Peach Gum Red Tigers. There's a couple of tiny pods set on this. I like the shape so far. It looks like the Lemon Drop Reaper kind of Peach Gum Red Tiger. This is a Golden Reaper. Oh, there's a tiny Golden Reaper. It doesn't look too much like the others, but let's see. First pot off the plant. This is the Hell's Bells Red, looking different. No good shapes here. I think I saw another plant with better shapes. These last couple of plants took a branch during the storm from up there, kind of wrecked them. This Primotali looks crazy sick. I'm about to pull it apart from these. Berry Cream Bubblegum, another one. There's like just a couple of pods here, and something weird. These calyx are looking a little different. I got the same situation with the Batman Bubblegum Yellow, because these are larger, two Berry Cream Bubblegum, and the calyx are huge here. They've been covering like the entire pepper till it, pepper has to pop out of there. It's like all calyx on the ones that have stuck. There's one that came out of it. But these plants are hard to get bushy. They grow really forky. These were topped twice to get them at least spread just a bit, but they're hard. So anyway, most of these, another Peach Gum Red Tiger. This was just snapped in half. The branch, most of the branch was covering like at least 3 plants. But here's a big red Batman. This has some pods, and these shapes on the big red Batman are more like the big chocolate Batman, kind of. There's 2 huge pods down here. They're just touching the dirt there. I try to stake these. I ran out of bamboo. I'm gonna have to order more. Here's 7-pot Infinity, and they're growing different than what we're trying to compare them to. These Dragon's Breath. The Dragon's Breath are growing kind of like Reapers, and there's a few of those plants. Where are they? Right here. These are two more Dragon's Breath. And yeah, they're all growing totally different than what Seven Pot Infinity looks like. So yeah, whatever. So here's the Batman Pineapple Habanero that broke in the storm. You can see the binding there with saran wrap and whatever. Plant's pretty loaded. There's pods everywhere, and I noticed some of the branches were wilting at first when it broke, but it started coming back. They would wilt. Probably half of these would wilt and come back. It looks like it's stuck. It's doing good. And that's a 20-gallon, by the way. Plant spread out pretty nicely on it. So this is one of the Leopard Reapers that was the lighter color. It was still a little dark, but lighter, and has a ton of pods hanging on here. They're everywhere, and I like the shapes on these versus the other. I got a couple ripe here. The lower hanging branch has some ripening. I showed this one in a picture. This one been ripe for a bit. I gotta take that off and try to do a review. I just snapped a little branch next to me. Awesome. I'm topping plants while I'm doing a review video. This shape is weird. I don't know, but it's ripe, whatever. And this is the darker one, which didn't do as good. It kind of spread out and grew weird, kind of octopus-like. Got two shoots going straight up. Not as many peppers, but these are different shape. These are more of what I got from Mark Wilkerson, and they're looking pretty dark. They're almost black. Here's a few more pods, and I'm not sure. I think they'll put on like a red blush when they're ripened. And here's white bubblegum. I see some pods sticking, very little, but at least I see a calyx from a bleeder. Kind of looks like what the berry cream bubblegum's doing, that it's like all calyx. This has no pods. I think this is a Moruga White. Yeah, Moruga White. This is another Moruga White that put some pods, but they're not getting the shape that I was shown. Whatever. They all look a little different. So gotta see what turns out with that. Another peach gum. Red Tiger, no pods. This is a Kangstar Hornet, and it's growing different than last year too. These are not the Hornet shapes, but if they're as hot as the Hornets are, this is one hot pepper, man. I really think it's hotter than a Reaper. I tried just a little sliver, and it was so freaking hot and painful. This is another one of Kang's. This is the Starscream. I got this, and it started ripening chocolate. So got chocolate starstream, I guess, and like Kang said, they kind of grow in clusters. There's like a cluster of 5, so they're growing bunches like that. It's mostly up to 3 in every spot. So it's looking really cool. I got a couple of ripe peppers, a smaller one there. So that's pretty cool. This is an Apocalypse bubblegum. Again, this was the darker plant, which is doing much better. That's the lighter plant, and these shapes I'm liking a little more. They have the calyx there. Haven't seen any color on none of those, but kind of looking good. And the lighter color plant, I think they have the calyx. Yeah, they have the calyx a little different, more of a wrapper. I don't know, this was the first pod that grew, and it kind of grew straight up, pointing up like a missile. These are growing down, so I don't know what's up with that, or whatever. Here's a Prima Tali, grew kind of tall, but not like super productive yet. Here's a few pods, and I think there's a plant. I thought there was a Prima Tali with more peppers on it, but I guess not. There's another Prima Tali, not one pepper on it. Batman bubblegum. I see some color coming on this. Got the calyx. Another case of a different calyx. This Batman bubblegum has the calyx like this, right? That's what I'm used to getting on them. And this one on the other bed, the calyx grew like this. Looks like a bottle cap or something. Oops, sorry about that. And yeah, looks like it's a different bubble gum than the one over here. Maybe it ripens a different color. Who knows? Let's see. Another one from Jeff Hobbs, the Pepper Wolverine, the Bleeding Purple Tiger. I really want this to grow some pods before it gets cold. It's looks like an awesome pepper by what I've seen, but this plant has not done anything. Here's another. No, that's a Peace Tiger boot. This bed doesn't get a whole lot of sun, so it's kind of weird. You can see by this plant, it just wants to grow up and leggy, whatever. But right here in this crowded mess is my in the middle. This got too crowded. In the middle are three Sugar Rush stripies, the Stripe Sugar Rush that came from Sugar Rush Red. So I'm really excited to get some of those. Here's a bigger pod down here. Sorry. There it is. And they just started putting out pods. They haven't been doing like great or nothing. The storm really did a number right here. It kind of spread everything out. A lot of those Sugar Rushes got snapped in half. Another big red Batman, and the plant is growing and growing, and no pods whatsoever. Oh, here's some pods. Yeah, there's some pods. They don't look like the big red Batman, but As a matter of fact, there's a couple other different shaped big red Batman on the other side. Here's the Hell's Bells, and this one, it's been putting out probably the better shapes, and because I lost the shape like seasons ago, the original Hell's Bells shape, and this is a red. So let's see, another Mark I Viper. This one hasn't put out much. There's another Mark I Viper over here that has more, actually has some ripening already. There's a Mark I Viper ripening. I'm loving the shapes on these long, kind of wicked, spiky tooth looking things. And this is a cross that Mark Wilkerson discovered, and they're looking pretty wicked. And it's a Naga cross. Yeah, I can't wait to see how hot that is. This is another Mark I Viper. Grew a little bushier and spread out, but didn't. Just starting some little pods around. This is a Starscream, not the Kang Starscream. I forgot who made this. I think it's a Jace Peach Ghost Scorpion cross. And again, these were sent by Jeff Hobbs. There's some pretty wicked looking ones. Not bad. Here is a California Reaper that's growing not like Reapers, it's growing kind of long. So, I mean, not bad. Some Reapers, you know, don't look exactly like that, but so these are the bells, bell peppers. I think they're growing a little, not exactly like bells. They're growing a little longer. These are got some starting to ripen. Yeah, so they're like kind of longer. I feel like they got crossed with something. These look a little more normal. But these are the Mexi bells. These have a little heat. I already tried one, and even green, I tasted heat on them. So it's pretty awesome. A huge pepper like this with a little bit of heat. I used it on something I cooked, and even Janie had it. They were good. There's a big red Batman, and these pods have a shape like the rounder that everybody's getting, like Peter Stanley, I think, got shapes like these. This is a huge pod. This is pretty big, and I'm not sure if that color is going to the caramel that Peter got, or it's gonna be red. It looks like it could go anywhere. Could go both. Who knows? Here's a big chocolate Batman. The only plant I planted. I don't know why, but it also got snapped in the storm, and it hasn't done great. Probably because I let it grow these two pods. But what can you do? I don't know. I just let them go. This one here, this is something that it's gonna be a new cross, because accidental because it's totally different than what it was supposed to be. So looks kind of like a ghost pepper. So let's see. Here's another Batman pineapple hob. There's a decent amount of peppers on it. Gotta be careful. I'm snapping plants behind me. And here's the other big red Batman with the funky shapes. This is also a big red Batman. And these have shapes like more like you know. They don't look like the others. Another Hell's Bells red. These, yeah, these shapes are no good for Hell's Bells. Maybe just this one here. I just snapped another branch. I'm an idiot. Just took out 3 peppers right there. Alright. And this is supposed to be the Hell's Bells chocolate here. So, more. Here's a couple of shapes that look like Hell's Bells, maybe. But whatever. Let's see what turns out. I might have to take some plants inside because if it gets cold, it's you know, it's almost fall. If it gets cold and I don't have enough peppers to satisfy my craving, I might just take a risk, set up one of the rooms with lights and take some of these plants inside. Last season I did have a ton of green peppers, and that's why I had so much Killer Croc hot sauce, but I'm hoping to get more ripe peppers than what I see here. So a lot of the plants haven't put out anything. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video, which will probably be tasting some of these few ripe ones so far. Peace.